So over the last few months, I kept seeing bits of work on Instagram or YouTube or other people's professional video work, and I kept noticing something quite similar about the look, and it really caught my eye, and I thought, I can't seem to get this when I'm filming with my camera. I can't really seem to match that, and I wasn't sure if it was a grading thing or really what it was it some sort of effect? I wasn't so sure. I did a little bit of deep diving into it, and I pretty much figured out that the thing that I liked was the fact that they were using a Pro Mist filter. Now, I didn't really know much about Pro Mist filters, so I looked into it a little bit more, and then I ended up actually purchasing one. In this video, I'm going to be showing you a little bit about the filter that I picked up, show you the results I got with it on a shoot over the weekend, and really you can see if it's maybe something that would be for you. So once I got it, I really wanted to try it out, and my friend Evan, who is a personal trainer, he was needing some video work done for his social medias, so said to him I would do it for him. Means I get to try out a little bit more of my camera equipment, especially this filter. When I shot the interviews for this little project, I didn't actually use the filter for that because I wanted the interview shots to be completely tack sharp, and there wasn't really too much bright light in the backgrounds. I've filmed many times in this gym before, and the overhead lights are really nice and bright, but they're quite harsh spotlights. So just to basically avoid any of that, I switched all the lights off and just pretty much lit it with light coming from the windows, with the Godox VL50 acting as a key light, and I used the Aperture MC as a hair light. Just basically used the magnet and stuck it to a bit of the power rack behind them, which seemed to work a treat to really make them bounce from the background. But when I was getting all the B-roll and training footage for this project, I put the filter on, and I was straight away pleasantly surprised with the look. Usually when I shoot, I wouldn't tend to shoot with the windows behind them because obviously it'll be a bit overexposed compared to the subject that's actually in the gym. But with this filter, I found that it softened it a little bit and it added this sort of glow around them. So obviously you wouldn't want them to blow out too much, but if you were getting a little bit of that light, it just looked a lot more desirable, a lot more pleasing. And it also helped soften the harsh lights that were coming from the ceiling, which, let's be honest, anybody that does any sort of filming, the majority of the places you go, you're dealing with horrible, sharp ceiling light. So I think this worked perfectly for the cutaway footage to give it a bit more of a nice style to it, but not for the interviews. So I think I made the right decision when to use it and when not to use it for this shoot. So I saw there was a bunch of different makes, different manufacturers of these kind of filters. I ended up ultimately going with the Tiffen Pro Mist filter. I genuinely went with this just because I already own a Tiffen product. I already own the 77mm variable ND. I've been using this for about a year and a half now, and I've really liked it. I think the quality is great. So again, I just thought, I know the company, and I thought this will be reliable. They also all come with 10-year warranties, which I thought was pretty cool for all their products. Well, I don't know if it's all their products, but certainly the two that I've got have came with 10-year warranties, which seems to be pretty good considering you're putting some money into a bit of equipment. If you are interested in picking any of those filters up, I'll link them down in the description so you can have a look at them. If you're still wondering what an actual Pro Mist filter does or what it is, basically it just blooms your highlights, makes them nice and soft, nice and creamy, and it just gives this well sought after look that you've probably seen in lots of commercial work and other videos on YouTube. I really like the look that it gives off, so I'm really tempted to just use it for basically everything and anything. And I think you need to know when to strike the balance on like when to use it and when not to use it. You have to be quite subtle with it, I think. The filters come in different strengths, be it 1/8, 1/4, 1/2, and basically right down to like 1/2, you're basically going to get more of a dreamy glowy effect because the effect is going to be really exaggerated, whereas the one I got is the 1/8, and this really makes the effect a little bit subtle. You only really see it in the highlights, in the really bright highlights, and it definitely smooths features on people's faces, but not too much that it's extremely obvious. It still remains to be a really sharp image coming out for your camera, so that's a good thing. I didn't really want to lose any sharpness from my shots, but I wanted to add this nice dreamy glow in the highlights, and I think the 1/8 does that pretty well. I don't know if you'll actually be able to see this, but if you look really closely on the actual glass, it looks like there's sort of specks in it, or like it needs to be cleaned, but that actually is what's giving you that sort of imperfect look and that kind of glow. It slightly softens your image, and you can find that in like vintage lenses and things like that as well, so it's the same kind of idea. So if you've been looking into getting this kind of look in your videos, definitely look into the Tiffen Black Pro Mist filter. Other brands make great ones too, I'm sure, but that's just the one I went for. So if this is the kind of look that you're looking for, look into Black Pro Mist filters, and I don't think you'll be disappointed with that purchase if you want that specific type of look. That's it from me, guys. Thanks again for watching. Let me know what you think about Pro Mist filters. Have you got one? What kind of results have you got from them? And if you haven't, and this is the first time you're seeing one, let me know if it's something that you think you'd be purchasing, if it's the kind of style that you would go for. Let me know what you think about it. And it was a really fun shoot. It was great to be able to use out this filter for the first time. If this is the first time you stumbled across my channel, welcome. I hope you enjoy the content. And if you did like this video, consider leaving a like and subscribe to the channel if you want to see more content similar to this. I talk pretty much about cameras, camera gear, different filming techniques. You get the picture. That's all from me. I'll see you guys in the next one.